Have you ever saved so carefully that you skipped meals, denied yourself small pleasures, or even neglected life itself, all while feeling that a single bad day could erase everything? There is a saying, never save money. This does not mean to waste your money or live without caring about consequences. It means that money should help you live, not make you afraid to touch it. Saving is important, but money must have a purpose. In a small town where power outages were frequent, Nora lived and worked in a bakery near the port. Her hands were cold, her back tired, and her thoughts never quiet. She was gentle, discreet, and patient. At night, instead of sleeping, she would count her bills by candlelight. Her daughter Luna slept beside her with her school books under the pillow. During power outages, food spoiled quickly, phones were dead, candles were expensive, and even the simplest things became difficult. One evening, a blackout happened while Paul was dining with his wife, Nora, and their young son Leo. Leo was showing his homework when suddenly the room went dark. Nora lit a small candle and sighed softly, not in anger but simply tired. Leo looked at the dim light and asked how he could study under these conditions. That moment stayed in Paul's heart. That night he decided to save for a generator. People in town said that owning a generator meant security, that once you had one, life would become easy. Paul believed it firmly. He took an old envelope, wrote "generator" on it, and hid it in a drawer under his clothes. Each week he carefully put money into it. To save more, he gave up small daily pleasures. He stopped drinking hot tea, buying fruits, and even new shoes, even when his old ones were worn. Whenever he felt pain, he told himself it was for the future. At first, the envelope felt like security. But life did not stop. One night, Leo became very sick with a high fever. They rushed him to the clinic, but the doctor asked for money first. Within minutes, the savings thinned. Leo recovered, but Paul felt fear, not relief. Soon after, the rent increased slightly, just enough to hurt. At work, he was told his shoes were unsafe and he must buy new ones. The envelope became empty again. Paul worked more hours, slept less, became quieter and more tired. He started forgetting things, speaking less at home, and feeling anger without knowing why. He heard people say that saving money makes you safe. But his own life showed something different. The more he saved, the more afraid he was of losing it. One dark night, when the whole town lost power, Paul saw a bright light in a neighbor's house across the road. It was Ilias, an old man who sold snacks near the school. He showed Paul a rechargeable lantern and explained that light should travel, not stay hidden. That night, Paul realized that money hidden in a drawer stays silent. But money used wisely can speak and return. He went home holding the empty envelope, thinking that maybe the problem was not how little he earned, but how he used what he had. Paul sat at the small kitchen table late that night while the rest of the house slept, candle burning low and trembling with each soft breath of air. For the first time in years, he did not push the thin envelope back into the drawer as if it were dangerous to touch. He opened it slowly, counted the remaining notes again, and felt no comfort in the numbers, only a tight weight in his chest, because he knew how quickly those notes could disappear, and how easily fear had taught him to hide instead of live. When Nora awoke and asked quietly if he was still saving for the generator, Paul shook his head, not with confidence but with honesty. He said something he had never allowed himself to think clearly before. He did not want to save just to feel safe anymore. He wanted to build something that could actually help them live through each day. The next morning, with hesitant hands and a racing heart, Paul used part of the hidden money to buy 2 rechargeable lanterns and a small phone charger. Paul walked door to door in the dim streets, his voice low and uncertain, offering light and phone charging for a small fee. Some doors stayed closed. Some people looked suspicious, but others agreed, tired of darkness and silence. That first night he earned only a little. Yet it felt different from the money in the envelope. Because this money returned with purpose and hope instead of fear, he wrote everything carefully in a notebook, showing Nora each number, each expense, each small gain. For the first time, money was not a secret between them. Week by week he added another lantern, then a power bank, learning slowly, sometimes painfully, what worked and what did not. Leo began helping too, writing names carefully, proud to feel useful, proud to feel included. Their home changed in quiet ways that outsiders would never notice. Meals were calmer, voices were softer, and the rush to beat darkness faded. Neighbors knocked with respect instead of pity, asking if Paul had light available. Leo asked if they were finally safe, and Paul replied that safety was no longer about hiding. He flattened the old envelope and slid it into the notebook as a reminder of who he had been. When praised for saving the situation, Paul smiled and said that saving alone does not save a life. Using resources with care, courage, and determination can transform fear into light. In this city marked by blackouts, he realized that money must be managed carefully. Life is built by small courageous steps even when darkness is still near.